today. This is what we're we're looking like. So let's follow up on how this week has been. It's been a doozy, y'all. But we said no edits, so we're coming in hot and live. Okay, excuse me. I'll be out in a second.
Hey there.
All right, beautiful people. So here we are. We are live, and hair is just washed. So we are just going right into it. We're right with it. So this week, do, learn, and feel. What did I do, learn, and feel this week? Let me try to prop you up here. Let's see if that's gonna work. Let's see if that's gonna work. Ooh, I think it will. Okay, perfect. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. So, let's talk about what did I do. Y'all. This is real ghetto, but you know what? It is authentic, okay? Anyhow, try to fix this. See if we can go here. There we go. Okay. So, let's come here. So, I'm a little closer to y'all. So, what did I... Sir, stop, please. What did I do? So, this week was rough, y'all. We had some family things going on. Was visiting a family member in the hospital this week. And then, what else happened? Taking care of the kiddos. As you can see, you saw one of them earlier. Yeah. So filled with a lot going on this week. And then, baby, parenting is no joke. Parenting is no joke, okay? The level of Jesus and patience that is required in the process, I am like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. So I'm super grateful for that. What did I learn this week? One, I learned that goals are not just something that is a one and done thing. You know, I did my personal retreat a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago now, over a month ago, and had set these goals and was feeling really excited about them, and then realized that we need to do some reevaluation. One, there were some clear goals that I was not doing and I was not reaching, and so that required me to do some self-evaluation. What's going on here? What am I not doing, and what do I need to do to really not just be better, but like what's causing me to not take action on those goals? Hey, beautiful people, this is Taylor from the future coming in just real quick. After further reflection, this is why feedback is so important. I realized that desire internally to need to reevaluate, it was really anxiety. I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough. Why aren't my results like so-and-so? And why isn't my business growing at this rate? And I'm talking to my mom about it, and I was just like, girl, I need to do this, this, and that. And she was like, just reminding me, like, ma'am, take care of what's in front of you. Like, do that really well and create the system so that growth will be inevitable. Like, it's inevitable. So prepare your systems for that growth that you desire and want to see. And it can be so attractive to have this skyrocketing business and like 7 figures and all of these things, but that will come, and you don't have to rush to get there. There's no test. And what's so crazy is I was cleaning up my QuickBooks and I was doing some math, and I realized at this point in July of 2024, I have brought in more than I brought in the entire year of 2023. And so God is faithful. It's so important to take those small moments to celebrate what you have done and where you're going. It's not a race to get there. When I get there, baby, I want to be able to sustain the growth that God has for me. So just a quick encouragement. And so they were specifically about, I think, re-envisioning too. I've done a lot of like, okay, let me try this for a couple of weeks or months, and let me try this for a little bit, and less about like consistency. And so I think that's something that I've been really trying to be mindful of. What am I going to do, and how can I do it consistently to actually see if this is going to produce something worthy of me continuing or not? And so that is what I'm committed to. So I applied to 2 conferences this week. I'm really proud of myself. And I was kind of going back and forth with this whole RFP thing. And as consultants, you know, it's a doozy as a process, because RFPs, they take a lot. They take a lot of effort and a lot of energy. And so I was trying to figure out and if I wanted to put energy into that or do something different. And as I was doing my retreat, I really focused on relationships, right? And like how valuable relationships can be in allowing you to go further faster. And so I think I want to invest more in building relationships locally with different orgs so that I can get clients from that. Up to this point, all of our clients have come from building relationships, right? Or recommendations rather from other clients. And so how can I leverage that as a point of continued opportunity and reference? So I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet. I'm still in the thought phase of that, but I'm excited about what that can turn into. I also realized that feedback is just so valuable, right? So valuable. I had an engagement this week with a client. This is my third engagement with them, and it went really well. It was the best of all three for many reasons. One, as you start to learn a client, you also, let me just take this off so it's not in the way. As you start to learn a client, they get familiar with you get familiar with them. Consultant and working independently, unless it's a bigger project, it can be a real challenge to, like, this is what you have to deal with kids. Like, why? I don't know, but he's about to get in trouble, and Lord help me. Okay. So, I've been doing some studying just around pruning and the pruning season. It's so intuitive for us to think that cutting something would produce more, right? Like, to cut something down, you're getting less. And so I'm also thinking about in business how cutting things away actually allows you to have focus and to do more. And so I'm just still praying that through about what does that mean, Lord? What do I need to cut down, or what do I need to siphon down so that I can produce more? I know that when it comes to these client engagements, I've been spending a lot of time analyzing and overanalyzing what the product is going to be, and often that takes me away from being able to work on the business. So strategically building those partnerships, right? Being able to produce more and create more opportunities. So something I've been feeling and like working through. And just also, I came across a post, and it said basically that a lot of us, our fear of success has to do with abundance. Two things. Who we will become. So it requires a lot of breakdown of self. Like, who we are now, it cannot sustain like that version of success, right? So in the process, it's a lot of breaking down and rebuilding around the potter's wheel of self. And also how that level of abundance will also push people away, people who are currently in our lives, who are comfortable with us being exactly where they are. And that level of abundance making them feel uncomfortable, or causing, parts of people to come out. And so, man, I've been really sitting with that. That's been a huge fear of mine when it comes to success, is like, well, what about the relationships in my life? I want to hold them so tight and so dear. What will that mean for them, and what will happen? But what I know is true, what I'm encouraged by when I look at Kev on stage, and Melissa, Angel, and Marcus, Tabitha, and her husband, is that the Lord will bring people in your life for the right season. And so I don't have to worry about what that's going to look like later. And I realized that even with my relationship with Christ, I knew that there was a level that he was calling me to, but it would require some things would have to change. I would have to change. What I allow in my life would change. And that is scary. And I finally, in that space, surrendered. And so I wonder what my surrender would look like and would mean in this area of my life when it comes to my business. So that's what I'm doing, learning, and thinking about this week. Feeling, all the same. I've been loving watching the games. I'm watching Euro League and Copa, baby. So I'm excited about that, and just grateful for health. This week, I'm just going to put a little challenge. This is something that I was thinking about. I was watching something on Instagram, and this lady was talking about how being a first generation, like doing this work of healing, first generation, like in this healing process when it comes to therapy and just like life. And it really made me think, I'd never heard of that. And it made me think of her partner basically was like, you're in survival mode. Like, you've always been in survival mode. And I identified with that so much. And it made me think, like, in what ways am I thriving in my life? And so I want to ask you the same thing. In what ways do you feel like your life is thriving? For me, I realized it was in the simple things, my health, like the ability that I have my health, that I am consistent with that, taking care of my health. I'm thriving because I have the space in my life to actually think about my goals and desires and make changes when I don't see them in the ways that I've envisioned them. My life is thriving because of the relationships I have in my life. The relationships that I have with my parents are in a really good place. I love them. I'm grateful for them. I've learned so much from them, but they also learn from me. My friends are amazing, and so I'm grateful for those relationships. That is thriving for me. Thriving is being able to have my own home and owning that and creating a safe space where I get to breathe. I'm thriving because right now I'm grateful for the quiet that's in my life, being able to wake up and spend time with the Lord and be able to have my own thoughts and ideas and not someone all over me. And that will come, and I'll be excited and joyous about that. But there are so many ways that I'm grateful for this thriving life. And so I'm going to ask you, if you're watching out there, in what ways are you thriving in life? We focus so much on ways we're not, and I can give you a long list of those, but rather, how can we focus on the abundance that is present? So, hope that was helpful in some way. Have a wonderful day. Bye.